I never got a gold star.
You never got a gold star?
I did like once in world class, in junior world class and world class. Like I think I got a gold star once.
Glitter cat litter.
Glitter cat litter. Something's wrong with my phone, man. I have it every hour on my screensaver situation, and it's not doing it every hour. So I don't know.
So your phone in general is just messed up.
It's not working right.
I'm sorry to hear
On
that.
lock, hourly. I could do it on tap. I could do it on lock, but I want to keep it longer than
You
that.
should shout out Scarlett for that idea.
Yeah, it is Scarlett's idea. The little child told me, maybe it's because I have 70 photos in the folder of it.
It's like, nope, too much.
Yeah, but I've seen this photo.
That's a good photo.
Yeah, I've seen it like, it's a photo of a corner in the Pantheon.
I have so many photos to look through, and I am a mess. I have not looked through the photos.
So the photo, let me finish my statement, please.
Go on.
I've seen this photo like 10 times today.
Yeah.
And it goes this photo, and then it goes the photo of the gondola
Yeah.
in Venice.
That's it.
And it stays on each of them for like 6 hours.
It
And
just
then
likes them.
for the majority of the day, it had your face, or not your face, the picture of you.
At Disneyland.
Yes. And I'm like, okay, look, that's great. But I want it to change every hour.
Yeah.
I do not understand why it's not changing every hour. So I'm
Don't know
a
how to
little
help you.
frustrated right now. Also, my phone, this is the third time I've charged my phone today. And we're at 57%.
Taylor and Scarlett took 1 billion wonderful photos.
I could tell you how many we actually took.
Do you have them in a folder?
I separated them into 2 folders.
Yours and Scarlett's?
Because people keep asking me about them. And I keep going like, yeah, let me scroll through. And I just keep scrolling. And it's like, I'm like, okay, wait, I think these are mine. And then I think this one's definitely Scarlett's. And then this is a shared video from Nicole. What is this? This is weird. And then, it's just like a bunch of random stuff.
How many photos is it?
Sorry, I'm setting up the note for this episode. We're on episode 53. I'm glad that everyone is sticking around for this part. My distraction. Projecting that on all of you. What am I doing? Photos, albums, Europe, Keith. Oh God, I got to do math.
It's a lot.
895 photos,
Oh, that's way more than I thought.
and that's edited too.
Do I have all of them? Because
Yeah.
you sent me all of them each day. That makes sense. Why there are so many photos.
I do not know how many I took because I did not edit all the photos I took, which
Right.
But I did edit 656 photos. I'm really disappointed I didn't take 10 more now. I could probably muster up 10 photos in there that I didn't
Wait,
use.
that wouldn't be 10. You said 656?
Yeah, I want 666. That would be hilarious.
Oh.
It would have been hilarious if I just did it, but I didn't. I coulda.
Coulda.
If I wasn't lazy, I would have gotten my camera out a couple more times and would have taken.
I have
10
not
more photos.
posted any of the photos yet.
Neither
because
have
I have not gone through them. And they are so good. I'm like so excited to post them, yet I have not made time to post them. I have a planner that I use every day, and I have not used it properly for probably a month, and it's starting to get to me. It's been bad. I also have not been journaling every day, which is also really bad. Really, really bad for me. So I'm not doing too hot. As you may have noticed in the last podcast, I was a little scattered. I'm coming back from that a little bit. I'm still a little scattered. but I'm getting there. I'm going to journal tomorrow morning when I wake up.
That is such a cool story. I'm so proud of you.
You hate my stories on these podcasts so far, the past 2 episodes.
No, I don't actually hate them. I'm just...
What are you doing now?
Apparently I have a bunch of duplicates, so my numbers are not as high as I thought.
I'm just going to do a solo podcast here.
That's okay.
Okay.
Apparently the first day in Florence, I sent myself the photos twice, which means there's like 200 doubled up photos.
Yikes. That's a lot.
I'm fixing it now.
Anyway,
wasn't my story so good?
I see a real shift in myself when I take time to journal in the morning and stretch and do mindfulness. And those are 3 things that I have not been doing consistently. So I am admitting that right now to everyone. And I am telling you and myself that I am going to do a better job from here on.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Such commitment.
You see a huge difference when you journal, and I see a huge difference in you when you journal. You do it consistently every morning and night?
No. Every morning.
But you do the little journal thing.
No, I do that in the mornings.
No, on your phone.
I do it in the mornings.
Really?
Yes, I do.
So you don't do it at night?
I do not do it at night.
Okay.
Because if I did it at night, well, I noticed that, okay. Nicole is referring to, so Apple's journal app, also slightly, this is going to bother me if I don't say it, so I have to do the math one more time. Oh, shoot, I did the math wrong. Oh my gosh. Oh, I did it wrong again. 850 photos. That was how many duplicates I had in there. I had like a lot of duplicates. So I'm not even close to 666. I was 611. Scar took 239.
She's a little photographer now.
Yeah, she was a little lazy on a couple of the days. She just left it in the room. And I said, what? The whole point was for you to have it. Yeah. No, I journal with these 2 things. It's very strange, vintage things. It's called a pen and paper. And then, Apple has the journal app, which I was using a different app it doesn't matter. But basically I just use that to sort of have a digital copy of like what happened in that day.
Okay.
Ideally. And it's kind of, I mean, it doesn't matter. There's no rules. But I used to be like, how was your day? Like I did it off of questions. I did it off like questions to myself. Like, how was your day? What did you do? And then like, if you were to rate it out of 10, basically, right?
Have you ever had a 10 out of 10 day?
There's been a few, at least, but I feel like it's hard to get like a 10 out of 10.
I was going to say, that's
I feel
like
like
getting
I usually,
a gold star on your routine, which you know nothing about, star charts.
Yeah. So it's usually like somewhere between 7 and 9. 9 is rough. Like I usually don't like 9 is like pretty, like every box was checked. Like it was a good day, but I usually try, well, I noticed on the trip, the gaping holes of, I've been doing this for a long time. It's at least a year.
Yeah.
Because I was on the beta and I was doing it when I was on the beta last year and stuff. So, the gaping hole in it that I noticed because we were talking about, we had went to some restaurant. We couldn't remember what day we went to the restaurant. And I was like, well, I definitely put it in the journaling app. But what I didn't realize that I wasn't doing until now is I wasn't being specific.
Got it.
And now in hindsight, I'm like, well, that would have been really nice if I was just a tiny bit more specific versus we went to a restaurant and had this. I should be like, we went to here and had this, you know, like instead of it being like so vague on where we were or whatever. Because it's not like I'm going to connect the dots of like what I wrote, if I wrote it on paper, and what I put in here. It's like if I'm going to do it, I got to be specific.
Is the journal app the one that'll tell you, it'll prompt you like you went to this place and it has like the location and photos if you took any photos there?
Yes.
Okay. That is so cool, and I have not used it.
I don't use any of the features in it. I literally use it as I just use it as somewhere to write. Like, here.
So I highly recommend checking it out.
It's literally.
Oh, wow.
I just use it. I have it set up that it reminds me at 7:50 every morning.
Okay.
But it depends what time I get up. Like if I get up at 6 or something, I've probably done it an hour before.
Yeah.
It reminds me. But I feel like 7:50 is a pretty good like, oh crap, you forgot.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. But I just do a fresh one.
Got it.
I don't do anything.
Okay, because it always gives me the prompt of like photos and location and this and that.
You can turn that off if you don't want
I
that.
kind of like that because it's kind of like a scrapbook.
Yeah, I love the idea of it and how it's like laid out and everything, but I haven't found. I mean, kind of like the teenage engineering thing. Like I haven't found how that fits into like my time, but also it's not on the iPad, which is
that's frustrating.
It's slightly annoying, but it's not like I get it because if it was on the iPad, it needs to be way more robust. Like you need to be able to write, like hand write and like separate pages or be able to like basically
that's definitely coming
eventually. But like it would need to be like a mood board situation where you can put your photos wherever you want, or maybe there's templates or like, and then you can write next to it. And it basically becomes like your own little PowerPoint situation or whatever it's going to be. But, or at least in my head, that's what I would want all the features that are already on the phone to do on the iPad. And that would make a lot of sense why it's not on the iPad, because if it's just like typing, you might as well just not put it on the iPad right now because it's like not using half of what it could use. But also like maybe it would be really weird, but maybe, no, they just released iPads. I was going to say if there was something new coming, no, that would be the phone. So that's not going to change until next year. Because they added, but what they added that was really cool this year, I think, let me find it. It's, they added, like
if you have an iPhone, this journaling app that we're talking about is completely free. It's built into the phone?
Mm-hmm. It
comes, you have to download anything?
I mean, maybe you have to download it, but it came pre-installed in 17, iOS 17. It's just called Journal. And it's like, it looks kind of like a butterfly. It's like purple and pinkish.
It does look like a butterfly. Is it supposed to be like a book with pages open?
I think that's kind of the idea. I'm scrolling to the features of it for the new software because there was a couple cool things and I don't want to miss it. Not that we are a tech podcast, but since we're already here, might as well. There's a passwords app.
I have a total side note, but I don't want to distract you.
Hold, please. I'm so close, I think. Notes. Where is it? Journal. Okay. So now it adds, you can add your, what do they call it? Hold on. Your state of, you could log your state of mind per your journaling.
That's
so
cool.
Which that was something that I thought was a missing thing
they were
anyway.
Separate.
Well, it's so technically the state of mind is in the health app, not in the journaling app anyway.
Oh.
So it's already two separate things, but
I feel like I have them remind me at the same time. I think that's why I think they're the same thing.
You might, but also the interface for the state of mind on the watch and on the phone is just kind of like its own thing, but it's built into the health app. So like if you want to see all of the metrics or whatever, it's in the health app. It's not in the journaling app, but you can, I think that's all they added. Maybe they added like location, but I feel like that's already there. The other missed opportunity is you can record your voice in the journal app, but you can't transcribe it.
Oh.
So the recording's stuck.
It's just a voice recording.
Yeah, it's stuck. You can't ever like read it. You can't, nothing. It is the voice recording, which is fun.
Can you send it at some point?
I don't know. I haven't tried because I knew that there was no transcribe and I went, well, I'm not going to use that anyway.
I have my dad's voice recorder that I want to go through and like save some things, but I haven't gone through it.
Doesn't it have a little SD card in it? Or does it not? Are they built into the recordings
it might
of
be.
it?
I don't know. It is not a high-tech recorder, but I like want to go through it, but I'm like afraid to go through it.
Yeah. I get it though. I mean, there's also insights too, which is kind of a nice thing. So, and then it'll have like days you journaled in a row, places you visited.
That's cool.
Number of words you wrote.
Yeah, I should use that.
Well, these all come with the new operating system in a couple months. But
well, like even so, I should use that.
Yeah. I mean, I like it. It's cool.
I
you
did
can add writing
mindfulness
prompts
for the
and stuff.
first time today in a very long time.
Messing up, man.
I know.
I don't miss.
I don't miss. There's mindfulness videos in the Mind, Body, Soul part of the membership. If you have that, or if you want to check that out, Taylor has done a very good job on the mindfulness videos.
Hey, thanks.
Just a shout out. My total side note was about the 10 out of 10 days. It is close to national time in competition and roller skating. And I forgot until today, I saw it at the rink, the star chart. So in competition, this has always been a thing at my rinks with my coaches, but I don't, like me growing up, I don't know if everyone does this. I don't know if this is a normal thing, but we always had a star chart, and it was like everyone who had routines and leading up to regionals and nationals. So during the summer, you get like stars based on your performance of the routines that you do. So like at practice, you run a routine with your music, with your coach, you get a star based, or you don't, based on how you did. So like 3 mess ups is blue, 2 is red, or something like that.
Oh, we even go into the color situation.
Yeah,
here. I thought it was just like a gold star and we're done.
No, so you have gold, silver, I think it's red and blue.
So blue's the worst?
No, I feel like red would be the worst. Blue and red. I don't know. I've been out of practice with the star chart for a while, especially because my last few years of teaching regularly at the skating rink for competition was a lot of elite skaters who never got stars. and me too. When I was competing, I laughed at it today because everyone who did a routine in a lesson got a silver star today. Like they announce it and they're like, so-and-so got a silver star. Like, congratulations. And everyone claps. It's very fun, very cute. And I was like, I never got a gold star.
You never got a gold star?
I did like once in world class, in junior world class and world class. Like I think I got a gold star once.
How did you not get gold stars?
Because in order to get a gold star in my routine, it had to be perfection. And it was never perfection. Like something was always wrong. Like I didn't have enough power here. I didn't do this turn correctly. Like it just never worked out perfectly.
That seems suspect.
No, it was for real. And my coach, Chris, was very hard on us and very hard on me, and in a good way. And yeah, I think I got one once, and it was like a really big deal. And everyone in the rink like lost it because I got a gold star, because I never, ever did. I would get silvers. I would get like one thing messed up. But yeah, no one got a gold star today at the rink.
I mean, no one's as good as you. So like,
well, thank you.
If they're not on your level, then they're definitely not getting a gold star.
It's all completely relative to their thing and their routine.
Yeah, whatever, dude. I don't believe it. But also, I only get gold stars. So,
okay.
There's no other colors for me.
But that related to the 10 out of 10 day. To get a 10 out of 10 day would be remarkable. And that sounds a little dark, that I don't think that's possible, but that would mean everything went right. You did everything you wanted to do. You did everything you planned to do.
Well, see, here's the nice thing about when you go to sleep and then you wake up and you have to remember the day and then you have to write down what you remember the day. It is the most vividly 2020 perspective of what that day might have been or what that day was. And it's away from your judgment of whatever you reacted to that might have been an 8 out of 10.
That's fair.
Because like, also our brains don't really remember negative stuff for very long.
Yeah.
We hold on to positive way longer than we hold on to negative stuff.
This is
so
true.
Especially if it's super unconsequential negative,
yeah,
then it's gone. Like it's super gone by the time you wake up the next morning. Or if it just doesn't matter to you, then you definitely aren't thinking about it.
I pretty much do forget a lot of things, or like I just leave it.
Yeah.
So the next day I wouldn't even remember what happened.
I mean, it's a good thing. It's a bad thing. I mean, it's a lot of practice on like being more like conscious and aware of what's happening, or I guess present kind of. But then also it's not like, it definitely has helped with like my, I guess, active short-term memory, because I mean, depending on how tired I am though too, because like sometimes I'll go to do it and I'm like, I literally have no idea what I did yesterday, and that's concerning me because I'm like, I just did it, and then I like have to start thinking. I'm like, I don't know. I don't actually know what I did yesterday. But then, you know, I mean, most of those days are days where like it was a day where I didn't do hardly anything. Yeah. It was just like a chill day.
Yeah, that's understandable. Because when you said that, I was like, wait, what did I even do yesterday?
Yeah, I mean,
I cleaned. No, that was the day before.
What?
I finished Bridgerton.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I did some laundry.
Okay. You went to the store?
I went to the store. I ate a lot of Oreos.
Yes.
That was pretty much it.
I ate a lot of ice cream. I ate too much ice cream.
I made ice cream yesterday.
Yeah.
And we made it like an Oreo ice cream. And we each had a bowl, and then I divided it into 2 Tupperwares. And I went to like put the stuff in the sink before we went to bed, and I saw the empty Tupperware, and I was like, "Oh my God, wait, you finished it?" And it was in front of me. He was eating it in front of me, and he was feeding me the ice cream. So I helped finish it. Yeah. But I did not realize that we finished one half of it.
You probably had about a third of it, maybe.
That's fair.
And I definitely had 2/3 of it.
Because I said I was done. I was stretching. So that's another thing I did. I was stretching and rolling out my legs, and he kept feeding me ice cream. And I was like, okay, I'm done. Like, I don't want any more. And then he took a huge spoonful and shoved it in my face. And I was like, okay.
Because I knew that you said you were done. And I was like, she's not done. She wants more.
But I was trying to be done.
Well, yeah, I know you were trying, and it wasn't working very well. But this is what happens. So she went to the store yesterday, and she texted me before she went to the store yesterday. And she goes, do you have any requests? And I said, yes, only healthy snacks, nothing unhealthy, please. Maybe not in those exact words, but very close to those words.
Yeah.
And she comes home with Oreos and the stuff to make ice cream. And I just went, that means the next like 3 days is just whatever of all of those foods, because I have to get rid of them, which means I have to consume them, and then they have to be gone because I can't use self-control. It does not work.
I didn't get unhealthy snacks though.
You got Oreos and you got heavy cream.
Other than that, you're not just going to like down heavy cream.
I mean, dude, don't tempt me.
The Oreos, yes. I didn't even get up the stairs and I heard you opening the Oreos.
I thought it would be funny. I also, at that point in the day, I had hardly any food. So I was like, this is a good idea. This will be fun.
Yeah.
It'll also be funny. And then I proceeded to eat the whole thing of ice cream. So there's that.
How was your workout today?
Fine, hardish. The run sucked. So I've been running. Okay, we've been back from, I was going to say the motherland, but technically we're from we're from America, but
well, I mean, yes.
Okay, Miss Technical. We got back from Europe a week or a little over a week ago, and I have been running almost every single day.
I'm very proud of you.
I have not had the courage or energy to... It's energy, it's not courage. Maybe a little bit of both, actually. To go to the gym. I was afraid to go to the gym the first couple days, honestly. Like,
that's courage.
I was like, dude, I am so exhausted. And I'm like, I don't even want to know how bad my muscular, like my strength is for these workouts that I've been doing for so long, and like pushing myself to be so much better. Also, I was like, I'm so tired. They're gonna be horrible workouts anyway, so I might as well just like pause and wait.
Just not.
So Friday was the first workout, and that was pretty okay. And then I did Saturday, I took Sunday off, and then I worked out today. But I've been running pretty much every day, and I did legs on Saturday. So I ran today, and I have never felt my legs feel so heavy.
Mm-hmm.
So heavy. It was hard to take a step.
Yeah.
Like walking is fine. Jogging is fine. Running is horrible. As of this week, my first mile has been under 9, except for today. It was like 9 minutes and 11 seconds. So like, sorry, I can't say they're all sub 9. But then my second mile is like mid 9, like 9:20 to 9:40-ish.
My pace today on the treadmill was 11:06.
Look at you go. You're killing it. The long way to say that the run of my workout was difficult but okay, and I was just kind of moving slow in general today. And then I did pull and chest. So the chest was fine, but the pull was easier and harder than I wanted it to be. The pull-ups were harder than I wanted them to be.
Okay.
Which I was surprised at how I could still do 40. But
I
they
couldn't
were
even do 40 assisted pull-ups
But
today.
they were like wimpy 40.
Do you do 10 in a row?
I do 10, take 30 seconds, 10, 30 seconds, 10, 30 seconds, 10, 30 seconds. Well, I guess technically after the fourth 10, I don't really.
So I have taken a break in working out. Like, I shouldn't say a break in work. Well, I've taken a break in working out since we went to Europe, but a break in lifting for like how long before that?
I mean, to be honest, you can just kind of call it working out because the gym was close. So you were not really walking.
Yeah, but I was doing
running.
Apple Fitness and I was running.
But like once a week. You know,
okay.
like sure,
maybe,
you know, like to some people that's great. To you,
to me, it was
athlete that's been
very calm.
that's the like check the box. I did the thing, but you just kind of looked at it and you're like, yeah, technically I did it, so I'm checking it.
That is accurate. Okay, so I've taken a break from working out for probably 2 to 3 months.
That's probably accurate.
So today I went to the gym and I went to a different gym and they had an assisted pull-up thing. And I was I was showing my mom how to use the different equipment, which was actually really fun because I got to like demonstrate it. And that was a good thing because I haven't worked out in a long time. So I got to like do a little bit of everything and like see how weak I was or how strong I was. And the assisted pull-up thing, I've never used a machine that does that. I've only done it with him and like literally tried to do pull-ups and failed. So the assisted pull-up, even that was so hard, which it's supposed to be because you're building up to being able to do it. But like, damn, I haven't used those muscles in a long time.
Yeah, I mean, pull-ups are hard.
Yeah. My mom was like, there's no way I can even get myself up there, which she could. But it was just like, yeah, it was fascinating.
I mean, dude, half of the battle with all of this is just committing to it.
Right.
Just say you can do it, and then your body will be like, we can kind of do it. You know, like obviously you can't say like I can do a pull-up and you don't have the muscles. You're not gonna. You have to jump.
Right.
Like you can't just like full extend, pull yourself up. Like you got to work towards that.
Yeah.
But like being like I could probably do a pull-up and jumping into one with your momentum, you might get the one. And I mean, but if you're like, there's no way I can do it, and then you go to jump to do it, you've already committed that you're not capable. So like, you're not going to be able to do it then.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like put your mind to it, and you'll probably be fine-ish.
Well, like for me, my biggest factors to like my.
See, it's on this one again. I don't know how we got here.
The biggest factors to like my health, my well-being day to day is sleep, stress, food, and then my exercise.
You remember what I had read? That like the most important things to like your health and weight loss, it's your nutrition, it's how much you sleep, and then it's how much you weight lift, and then it's the cardio. So like,
Okay.
you know, adding stress
Yeah.
in there is, well, I mean, stress was not one of the category, but I would assume that stress goes right up there in the top
With
two anyway.
sleep, at least.
Yeah, but like the exercise doesn't mean anything to weight loss. It's all about what you eat
Yeah.
and how you sleep, which is so stupid because I don't sleep great. So
You
it's
don't
like,
sleep
God.
great. I sleep great when I make the time for it. But like yesterday, I think I got like 6 hours of sleep.
When are we supposed to have the time to sleep?
What?
When are we supposed to have the time to sleep?
They say you'll sleep when you're dead, but I don't want that.
But I don't, yeah. I don't.
Shohei Ohtani gets 10 hours of sleep. Who was I saying says they get 10 to 12? It was another like,
Ohtani?
no, it was another amazing athlete.
I don't know.
Oh, man, there's all these athletes now coming out that are like, yeah, I get 10 hours of sleep. Like they're saying they get 10 to 12 hours of sleep. And I'm like, that doesn't even add up for your game time and your practice the next day. Like, how does that even work? But I guess it does if they're just that diligent of getting that much sleep. But
They probably have a really short morning routine.
Yeah, I got to get on that level because it really does change the entirety of me.
You should not be getting 10 hours of sleep.
No, I don't need 10 hours of sleep. But I recently, since we got back, I will wake up when he wakes up, and then I let myself go back to sleep and just wake up naturally. And in my Aura ring, like I look at the time when I wake up, and it is exactly 8 hours. Like I wake up at 8 hours.
But I think you just have it in your head that it has to be 8 hours because it's like, it's not like 6 to 8 hours is kind of like what it says. It's like 6 to 8 or 7 to 9. I don't know. I feel like there's different people say different things.
But anyway, that I've been getting more sleep since we got back, which has been very helpful. And then just overall stress. Like I am a very stressed person, just like in my own mind and my own being, which I need to work on and I am working on. But like travel and all of that adds so much stress. And then coming back from it has been wild. Like we were on such a good routine that the travel, like for me, like fully messed me up. And then coming back to normal life, I'm like trying to recalibrate and trying to find myself. You, I think, have done a better job at coming back.
Yeah, it's really, really simple.
Okay.
I
tell
mean,
me.
it took my body like a week to figure it out. Or it was like 4 days, 5 days, 4 or 5 days.
It's not like jet lag. It's like,
No, it was like my body's just been pissed on like that I ate
yeah.
because I had been eating like 1,600 calories pretty much diligently, like 1,600 to 1,800 calories super diligently. And then on the trip, I did not care or pay attention. I assumed that I was eating like 3,000 calories every day, probably.
full
Like,
send.
yeah, on purpose.
Yeah.
But then, yeah. And so like that mixed with trying to reset, but then my body's like, bro, we've had like double the calories every single day for 2 weeks now. Like you don't just stop halfway through now. What is that about? Like, cause breakfast was like
Yeah.
my full day's worth of calories most days, I feel like. Or maybe not. Oh God. I was trying to scoot the chair forward.
The microphone attacked you.
No, that was definitely me. No, but like I've slowly figured this out over a year, which is like there's non-negotiables in my like morning routine. Period. It is not negotiable. Like I don't care what the schedule is or what the time is. I know that what time I have to get up to accomplish these things, and I'm going to do them. Period. I don't care if we're early or everybody else is ready and I haven't finished those things. It is going to happen. I have to do it. Otherwise, everything for me is messed up the rest of the day. And if it's not today that I notice it, it's the next day or the next 3 days that are just a jumble of a disaster. And then I'm trying to fight all of that and then be normal and then not have all of whatever else be a problem. Like, you know, if you've watched The Bear season 3, you'll know.
That was really funny.
Hey.
I love that show.
The show's good. I can't wait for season 4. But like I guess it can vary day to day depending on how I feel a little bit, but it's really just how many more things are on there. Like I'm going to do mindfulness every single day. I'm going to journal every single morning. And the journaling, I can pause until a little bit later, but usually that's a bad idea. Usually I need to do it first thing. But if like on the days where like we had to get out and then go like sit on a train, I would just wait to do it on the train. If I knew that like I could spend the 20 minutes stretching or something instead, or 10 minutes, however long it takes me to journal, I don't know. But like I'd rather spend that time doing one of the things that I can't do on a train, right? Like stretching on a train would be weird. Yeah. You know, we're on an airplane. It's kind of like I'm not a total psychopath in the aisle, just like bending over, touching my toes and stuff. Like, no, we're not doing that.
Yeah.
But so like I'll try to do that beforehand. But like that's like, and like athletic greens, mindfulness, coffee, journaling. Those are guaranteed happening. Well, and then also like brushing my teeth and normal getting ready things. But like those happen every single morning, no matter what, period. Yeah. It's not a question. Even if the coffee's not very great, it's still, it's happening.
My non-negotiables recently have been getting ready as normal and then athletic greens and coffee. I have completely skipped journaling and stretching.
But I would even argue with you that none of them are non-negotiables because you also take your athletic greens and go, okay, screw it. Those are going with me for the first morning, the entire morning.
Yeah, that's true.
Or like coffee, you're like, nope, I'll just wait to have coffee until we get somewhere.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, no, I'm having coffee before we leave and then I'll have coffee when we get to the place.
Yeah.
Right? Because I'm like, I already know that the coffee throughout the trip is going to be weak compared to like what I'm used to having. So if I want to be caffeinated on my 4 hours of sleep anyway, or functional on my 4 hours of sleep, then I need to have like good caffeination. And that is few and far between in Europe. It's all fine espresso.
Yeah.
And for anybody that's like, what? They have espresso everywhere.
Thank goodness.
Yes. Except for the part where not high quality coffee is like half the amount of caffeine of high quality coffee. So the espresso that I'm used to, that my body's used to at home, is probably somewhere along the like, I think it's 180 to 190, maybe like 170 to 190 milligrams of caffeine for a double shot. Mm-hmm. And that's my morning. Like at home, I have 2 of those a day. Depending on how hard I work out or how tired I am and whatever I'm doing, it's 2 or 3. And I rarely, if ever, it's so rare that I would ever get to a 4th.
Yeah.
4 is like one little sip of a cold brew, like a tiny sip, which is hard, which I don't want, which is like, but that's not even, that's like, I don't know, very little caffeine added to my day, but it's just like the extra little like go.
Yeah.
But so like caffeine in all the coffee that we were having, pretty much all the coffee we were having in Europe was like, I don't know, had to be close to like 90 to 110 milligrams, which we're talking half the amount of caffeine.
Yeah.
So I'm having double the amount of coffee at best. But the weird thing with caffeine, and I know people are different, but this is the way that it affects me. The weird thing with caffeine is it's not like I just have 2 double shots. And now that we've added the math to the same amount of caffeine, I've now added double the liquid. So my body doesn't respond the same to like, so like if you're like, oh, well, the math is just have 2 coffees in the morning instead of the 1. And I'm like, great. Except now my body's digesting more liquid and whatever else. And it doesn't hit me the same because it's not like as potent. So it's not like, It's not happening. It's not like metabolizing the caffeine to send me the same way or just wake me up the same way it would. Also, let's add half the amount of sleep I should be getting.
Yeah.
Right? So
there was one place in Rome that we had breakfast that caffeine was a little bit more. What's it called? The restaurant that we had breakfast at twice.
Barnum.
Yes. Barnum. But
I don't know why I keep holding my breath every time you talk on here.
You're holding your breath? I'm sorry. Are you nervous?
No,
Am I making you nervous?
No, you keep talking and I keep like holding my breath so like you don't hear me, but like you don't hear me normally anyway, so I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just like
really funny.
I'm literally sitting here. I'm like, oh, breathe. Okay.
Oh my God. What I just realized was they had what is wrong with you?
I'm just shaking.
They had a double cappuccino on their menu, which is what I got. That's just a cappuccino here, right? Would they do a double in a cappuccino?
I don't know.
They wouldn't do a single.
I don't know. You'd have to ask them how they're making it, because
I'm going to ask Bodhi that.
That is like the most. How do they make espresso cappuccinos in Europe? Do you know? You're a barista.
No, that's not normal in Europe. I'm wondering in America, is that normal?
Why don't I just Google what a double cappuccino is, and we'll get closer to it than.
Well, I know what a double cappuccino is. It's double shot in a cappuccino. That's why they made it a big deal at that place that they would do a double. Which I read that on the menu and I was like, yes, please. That'd be great.
So this is saying that technically, like traditionally, a cappuccino is a single shot.
Okay.
So then you're just getting a double shot and it's the same proportions outside of the double shot. So
it was great.
Yeah. So okay. So America, there's definitely places that don't do this, but America's standard of coffee, when you say a shot of espresso, is a double shot.
Right.
It is like unheard of that they will make you a single shot. It is like so rare.
Yeah.
That's why espresso on the menu anywhere is not $1, $2, $1.50.
It's like
It's $3, $5, $4, whatever. Rare if it's under $3. But like that's because, I mean, at least in California, it's rare if it's under $3.
So Europeans must come here and be like, whoa.
Wired. Absolutely slammed.
I never thought about it in reverse.
Yeah. Well,
whoa.
The best way I can describe the coffee from in Europe, in all of the cafes and anywhere that we've had coffee, it's like take an espresso machine and just make the smallest version of it you can. And that's the strength of every coffee everywhere until you find a shop that does specialty coffee. Mm-hmm. And then double it. And that's about what,
Yeah, there were two places, the place in Rome and then the coffee place in Venice.
Yeah. The coffee place in Venice was straight up like at home.
The name?
That was a long name. I have it, but it was it was a fancy name. It was a whole thing. You're not going to pull that one.
I'm not.
So don't even
I
try.
thought I could for a moment.
But those were the two coffees that I had that were like way closer to. No, there was one.
The other one.
It was in Paris. We had the one in Paris before we went to Versailles. The one that like American breakfast restaurant that was like a.
Yeah. I'm not gonna get there either.
I don't remember what the name of it was, but they had regular espresso, and I was like, "Oh, that's caffeinated."
Yeah,
that was good. Yeah. So.
A European coming to America, like
you
going
gotta
to a specialty coffee shop, you would be so wired.
Okay, so Starbucks is just slightly more caffeinated than like all of Europe. Just slightly. No European is coming to America to get a blonde roast or Pike's Peak. You're coming here and you go to Starbucks. Pike's Place, whatever. Same thing.
Pike's Place is caffeinated.
Okay, exactly my point. Europeans are espresso as Americans are regular drip coffee.
Yeah.
As Americans are regular drip coffee? I don't know how I said it wrong. Anyway. the whole reason an Americano exists is because I think it was World War II. The American soldiers were in Europe, and there's no regular coffee, quote unquote, regular like American coffee machines.
Coffee.
So what they would do is they would make an espresso, pour hot water into it to get close to what Americans had as drip coffee, and they would call it an Americano.
Which is so
And
smart.
the reason it's called an Americano is because clearly, this is my own deductive reasoning, it happened in Italy first because Americano is American.
Coutume is the place in Paris.
Great.
I want to help people out because we talked about it and I wanted to make sure I got the name.
If you need to know it, comment it.
That's the one in Paris.
Yeah. Say something about it and we'll tell you. Not gatekeep it. Oh, no. Kitsune Coffee. The Kitsune.
That place was good.
Kitsune Couture.
That was Paris as well.
Yeah, that was right by the Louvre. That one was great. That was good coffee. It was not as caffeinated as I was hoping, but it was good.
It was good. Oh, these are such cute pictures. I got to post these.
Glad that we're doing the deep dive while we're on the...
I wanted to get the name of the
pod.
other one, but I personally didn't take any photos there. I don't think. It was this day. I was in this dress.
I literally have it on here.
I don't have
Since it's so important to you.
I don't like Americanos though. They're like too watered down. They taste watered down.
Torrefazione Canareggio.
For real.
That is why I told you you'd never know it, and that is why I told you that it was going to be a waste to say.
But that place was great. That was in Venice.
Yes. Again,
Worth it.
if you're going to these places and you want to know the things, let us know. We'll come. We'll give you a link to the place because we found the good stuff. There's definitely more, or I hope that there's more, but
maybe not.
We found the goods.
Yeah, but it's been nice having more caffeinated coffee since we've been back. But I had a rough time getting back to my norm. I still don't think I'm there yet. And like I said, I have not been doing a good job with journaling and stretching and all those things. So that will definitely help me. But it's crazy for me to think like how I felt on the trip, getting like 4.5 hours of sleep regularly, not regularly stretching, not journaling, not doing all those things that I typically do now. That's literally how I used to live. Like that was my life.
You were also a lot younger because I used to get...
that's true.
I used to get like that or less sleep and I was more than functional.
But I'm looking back now and I'm like, gosh, I think I would have been so much better off if I was getting more sleep and more intentional about those things.
Yeah. I mean, dude, there's only so much you can do.
Yeah.
Like, what are you going to do? You're going to sit here and be like, I need to just be better about getting less sleep.
Yeah.
That's not going to work.
I just wish like if anyone younger is listening or anything like that, like I don't know if I would have done those things, even if someone told me to. But
then like what?
Like just try to get more sleep. Like you are not that cool for getting 4 hours of sleep and staying up all night. Like just sleep a little more.
Yeah, I mean, some fun stuff happened in that time, I feel like, when I would not get a lot of sleep.
I watched a lot of movies and TV shows and like dreamt, not literally because I wasn't sleeping, but like planned out my life. I did a lot of that during those hours.
Something that I think about, or this gets reminded to me semi often, not, I think only when I'm talking to people about it, but like the amount of productivity that is like normal to people, I don't understand because apparently I have lived on a plane of excessive productivity's existence for too long, which is not a bad thing. And honestly, the like normal amount of productivity also isn't a bad thing because like I wish I had that, but also like I don't, because then I get less done. But then some days I feel like I'm getting nothing done. But then like other days, like today is a day where I feel completely unproductive, but I have done finances, looking into email marketing, apps, websites, clients, whatever the hell you want to call them. And what else have I done?
Worked out.
I worked out and
Made dinner.
Yep. I think that's kind of it, but like that feels like a massively unproductive day to me. Like I feel like I did nothing. Like I feel like I need to go do 100 more things.
I have to remind myself of what you have told me, and I obviously need to remind you of what you have told me. Where like on days like today for me, I taught at the rink. That is enough. Like I remember one time I came home from the rink and I was tired and I was like, I think I need to take a nap or I need to lay down or something. And then I like did not want to do anything else. I just didn't want to. And you looked at me and you were like, you went and taught at the rink for 3 hours. That's enough. And I was like, how on earth is that enough? Like I have 8 things to do on my list that I am not going to get done and are going to happen tomorrow. And you were like, and that's okay. Enjoy yourself. You already worked today. Like maybe do 1 or 2 things.
You know, see, the difference is you made money today. I just spent it.
Well, yeah, no, that is still spending money. But I was going to say you looked into the email clients, which we need to figure out. So that is a lot of work. And that's a lot of work that I didn't get to and that I probably wouldn't get to. So
yeah,
I'm very grateful for that.
Yeah, it's also like a lot of the like finances and admin stuff that I deal with on Mondays is also, surprise, we're recording this on a Monday, is it's like herding invoices and making sure that I've done the stuff that I have to do for the invoices or like whatever. And honestly, the trip was the first time I think in my entire life that I have not worked. Actually not work. Well, no, I did work on the trip, but like barely worked on the trip because I did the thing for Garrett on the trip. But like it is the first time that I've not worked it for even 5 consecutive days, 3 consecutive days. Like that's the first time. Because even like if I get like super sick, I'm doing something. I'm dealing with like emails or I'm doing something. So like this is the first time I've like stepped away. And it's been a weird step away because it's like coming back to the finances. Like, of course, I like teed it up so that it would be totally fine for me to ignore it. Like that was on purpose. But like, it's one of those where like I'm still trying to like figure it out. And because I only deal with like the admin finances on Mondays. It's like this is the second day back. Yeah. And I'm like, what did I not do? Did I do it right? Did I not do it right? What did I miss? I feel like I missed something or like. Did I forget to do this? Like I forgot to invoice somebody from a month ago now. Yeah. And then I just realized I didn't invoice them. And I'm like,
glad you realized it.
I'm like, oh. And then I don't know what I was doing the week before we left. I clearly scattered, but like I made an invoice, saved the invoice, didn't send the invoice. What? Like it was ready to go. Yeah. But I didn't do anything with it. So I'm like, what am I doing? So
that's like, I recently taught someone a lesson and it was 2 people and I sent them the like invoice for the lesson or the lesson booking. Usually it's like I have them book it themselves or I send it like right before the lesson. I sent it literally like a month and a half in advance when we scheduled it. Yeah. And I was like, hey, you don't have to pay this right now. I just know that I'm going to forget to send it to you. So here you go. Now it's on you. And they were like, that's fine. Okay, cool.
Can you not schedule it to send?
No.
That's annoying.
But I made it so like they didn't have to pay it until the lesson. Like I can do that. So it's not going to like remind them a bunch of times. It's just going to remind them at the appropriate times.
But you can't even schedule the email there's no schedule.
No, not that I'm aware of. No. But on your note of not working, I said that in my email that went out on Sunday.
I haven't been reading your emails. I usually do.
That's okay. I won't take that personally. But I said literally what you said. I was like, I ended up taking 2 weeks off. I don't think I've ever done that. And I was like, actually, no, I've definitely never done that. I've never taken 2 weeks off.
Yeah.
And that was like off of everything. Like if I've taken 2 weeks off of like creating stuff for the site or like whatever, like that's one thing. I've taken breaks from that. But I didn't even post. Like I took 2 weeks off, which was insane.
Yeah, I mean, you were posting like on your stories a little bit. Like that's what I did, and like I do this often. I like will on social media, I'll like post on my stories, and then I'm like, that's enough, and I post like a lot. You know, like I posted maybe if I took 611 photos, I probably posted like 250 of them throughout the trip.
You posted, yeah, I guess
because I would post like 10 to 12 a day. Depending,
and I was
editing them, and I was just like blowing through them on purpose, and I wanted to post like them, but like, you know, so I posted a ton of them. I also didn't really want to be that guy, but I was stoked about the photos. So I'm like, the point is to put like the point's to share them. That's the whole reason I'm doing this.
Richard was funny though with his comment.
Because
he was like, "What the heck? You guys didn't post?" And I was like, "Yeah, I took a break." And he was like, "How was I supposed to know what you guys were up to and what was happening?" He was like, "You guys just shared each other's photos, so it was all the same stuff." And I was like, "Yeah, sorry." He's like, "Don't do that." He was like, "Nicole, I expected like something.
I expect more from you."
I was
That's
like, yeah,
so funny.
I'm sorry. I needed a break, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, we can only do so much about it, but like, yeah, I don't know. I'm annoyed with my phone.
I'm so
not
sorry.
changing of the wallpapers.
You are on your phone a lot, and that's a bad thing for you to be annoyed with.
I know that's a change of topic, but you know, I'm still trying to
you
figure out.
Circle back to the beginning.
Yeah, well, I'm still trying to figure out what I'm going to do with all the photos and things I've taken, and I feel like I don't know.
I gotta post a lot, but like photos haven't done great in engagement. I guess that does not matter.
No, I mean,
I just want to post some of them.
I don't love the idea of posting and then like writing a caption. That's so boring to
like
me.
The caption part.
Well, let me clarify. They're great together, but I don't get fulfillment and enjoyment out of like, here's the photos. Let me come up with some stupid 100-character situation, 200-character situation for it. Emoji.
Tell a story instead.
That's the point. But like, also, who the hell reads the captions? Not me. Yeah, you.
Yeah, you don't.
No.
This is bad.
I only read the caption if I'm trying to understand what's in it, which is rare.
I read every caption.
Yeah, and that's why you're not on the internet very long. So if you stop reading the captions, you'll be on the internet
then
longer.
You're so lost. There's so much happening in the caption.
Not most of the time. I would say like 78% of the time, the caption is the biggest clickbaity waste of time.
So if I'm trying to advertise my site, do I need to just like put it on the video?
I have no idea.
Because that seems ridiculous.
I don't know what we're doing.
Maybe that's what I'm doing wrong. Maybe nobody reads the caption. We should have them comment something. If you read captions, comment on this video. Or send us a message. Tell me if I need to start putting my information on top of my video.
What time is it? Okay, this is gonna be if we're promoting this one.
Please. Help.
We need another promo. I missed one.
I have a few in my brain that I don't think you wrote down.
Yeah, great.
I don't remember what they are currently, but I knew when we were saying it.
I just punched the thingy.
I'm sorry.
But we don't know the timing, which is screwed. That's so much more effort now. I got to like actually listen to the whole damn thing.
When Taylor edits these, he just speeds through them. So we're talking like way faster than normal.
That's like months ago editing. I don't even listen to it.
You don't even listen to it?
No. Are you kidding me?
Okay, when he did, it sounded so funny.
I've figured out the best way to do this. If you're listening to the podcast and you don't watch the podcast, then I am an upstanding gentleman and a great citizen of podcastery. But if you but if you watch, like my dad has said, you're screaming at the screen because I'm on my phone. I'm not not listening and I'm not paying attention on my phone. I'm literally in the notes app putting the notes of what on earth is happening during this episode and the timestamps of where the good little promo pieces are.
I do have a feeling you were texting someone back at one point, though.
I did, yes.
Yeah, I think that's where I was like, this is a good promo, which is probably exactly why you didn't write it down.
Is it the gold stars?
Yeah.
Is that what that was? Was I texting then?
Yeah, because you don't
Great.
roller skate, so you didn't care.
No, I don't care. That was at 7:48, so that was 45 minutes ago.
Are you looking at when you sent the text?
Yeah, so that was about, let's see, so I'd say about 15 minutes.
This is a good promo right here.
Nope. I honestly thought about gold stars being part of the promo, but you talked for so long about it that meant I was going to have to edit like a bunch. And I was like,
my goodness. Coming from the guy who talks way more than me.
I do not. I would never talk more than you.
Ridiculous. Those are lies.
I'm holding my breath again.
I know. All right. Thank you so much for being here. We really, really do appreciate it. If you would like episodes early and exclusives, please get a membership at glitteringcatlitter.com or on YouTube. And we will see you on the next one.
And I'm not texting. I'm putting notes in the thing. Stop.
Liar.
Stop.
Liar.
Stop.
Liar.
Stop accusing me.
So distracted.